Our guests are Nicole Gayton and Jolene Simonson from Bright Oaks of Aurora, and we've had a great time getting to know each other earlier today. We usually meet up and give an advertisement for the Blue Box Cafe around the corner. The Doctor Who motif is wonderful. We met there, as we always do with our guests. So if you would, each take all the time you need to tell us a little bit about our listeners about yourselves and your roles at Bright Oaks.
My name is Nicole Gayton. I've been at Bright Oaks of Aurora since October of last year.
Oh, cool.
I've always been attracted to the elderly population ever since I was 7 or 8 years old. I've always been drawn back.
Really?
Yes. I tried different things. I've worked at home health and hospices and hospitals, but I always come right back to working with the elderly. I get a self reward within myself to know that I can make a difference.
So when you were in that age, were you kind of in a situation where you were around more folks of that age group, or were they just always?
Well, I used to have a neighbor, and they were like my adoptive grandparents. And I would go over there all the time. I'm like, tell me a little stories about what's going on and in your life. And then my mother actually worked at a skilled nursing facility.
Okay.
And so she always would let us come and see, what she does. And I saw how she just loved to interact with the elderly, and they were like very, very nice.
So her passion sort of become your passion.
Yeah.
In that way.
Ended up being that way. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
And you're
I'm the executive director at Bright Oaks of Aurora. Yes.
Yeah, great.
Thanks.
Jolene?
Hi, I'm Jolene, and I've been at Bright Oaks for a little over a year. And my passion is helping families. I love the seniors and hearing their stories and just knowing how I can help them. But years ago, before I was in this field, my mother got sick and she needed skilled nursing, and no one explained anything to me. And I flailed around and I made mistakes. I fell on my face a couple times. Thankfully, everything worked out, but no one was there to take me through all of the steps of what to do, what things mean, and how things work. And later, several years after she passed, I just got involved in the field, and I love helping families. My favorite is when someone calls me and says, "You're my first caller and I have no idea what I'm doing." And I get to take them through all of the steps. I help them to understand, even if they don't choose the community that I'm at least I've helped them. And they don't have to be as anxious and stressed out. It's really pretty incredible.
It's rewarding, isn't it?
Yeah.
To just help them
that
way. So Bright Oaks, everyone may not be familiar with Bright Oaks in Aurora. So could you kind of tell us kind of where you're located at in the city there?
We're right across the street from Mercy Hospital, and we're right next to the Fox River, which is just gorgeous, especially this time of year.
It sure is gorgeous. Y'all have got a great view. Yeah, great view.
Most of the apartments have that beautiful view too. And when it's covered in snow, it's just gorgeous.
It is.
But on a cold day to just watch the river.
Yes.
And the ice on the river and whatnot. Yeah.
It is just beautiful.
It's very peaceful.
So now, how long have you guys been open?
It'll be 4 years at the end of June.
Wow.
Well, it's just past June. Actually, it's
June.
July now. Yes, 4 years.
So time flies. I can remember when you opened. Yep. So you have your facility has two types of arrangements there: assisted and memory care, sir.
Correct. Assisted living, and then we also have a secure memory care community.
So a typical is there kind of a typical scenario for each where folks come to you and they're kind of looking around? What needs with assisted living sort of fit and memory care would sort of fit?
Assisted living is when someone needs possibly help remembering to take their medications. They need a nurse to monitor their medications, maybe some diabetes care, doing the insulin checks. making sure that they just take their medication appropriately.
Mhm.
Maybe they need a standby shower assistance for safety. Maybe
Mhm.
their balance is just a little bit off,
Mhm.
or even some dressing assistance, or even difficulty getting from their wheelchair to their bed or their recliner in front of the television set. So really any type of activity of daily living,
Mhm. Mhm.
from being extremely independent to not needing much care to all the way through, needing pretty much total care.
Mhm.
And then memory care is when someone needs to be in a secure environment, needs to be out and about doing activities and trying just to stay engaged all
Mhm.
day long.
Now, what struck me about your memory care is you, if I remember right, the layout of it.
Your memory care, if I remember right.
That's
That was good.
Each end you kind of have. Do you still have it where it kind of depends on what stage they're at, kind of in the memory care, where they sort of wind up inside the unit?
Yes, we try to we try to make sure, because as you know, there's different levels of
Mhm.
a resident that has dementia. We try to keep maybe like a higher functioning
Mhm.
group together for lowers as well, so they don't feel like the higher functioning won't feel
Mhm.
like, well, that's not me, and it because it causes them to get anxiety and
Yeah.
saying there's
Oh,
nothing wrong
yeah.
with me reality, versus in the lower functioning we do more of like the scenic, calm,
Mhm.
more task orientated, but making sure that they're able to be like-minded.
Yeah.
What should I say, Julian? Yeah.
And we do have 2 dining rooms. So
Yeah.
those that need more assistance with eating, then they do have more of the CNA helping them with eating. Whereas those that are more independent and can make their choices, they're in a separate dining room, which adds a lot more calming effects for those
Right.
that need assistance.
Mhm.
And it does protect those that are higher functioning
Right.
from having to see those type of visuals, which can be intimidating and scary
Right.
for anybody.
Yeah.
I think it's also a matter of advancement. I always look, I always
Yes.
kind of equate that to kids. I remember when you have a child who, might be in a gifted program, or somebody who might not be in a gifted program, and you want to kind of honor both of their gifts and their skill
Right.
sets. Otherwise,
Right.
it can actually be negative,
On each other,
impact.
yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And encourage those that are independent to
Right.
stay independent.
Right.
Mhm.
But it also reassures the families, in the event that the resident does progress, well,
The
they know
ability
they
to-
can still stay there, and it's okay.
I didn't think about that. That's even better yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So the rooms open onto their respective common areas there, don't
That
they?
is, yes.
That's correct.
Mhm.
It's very nice. Very, very
It's actually in the shape of, some say a U, but I like to say a horseshoe.
So do I.
So they can't go
Yeah.
anywhere. There's no long hallways and corridors for them to get
Mhm.
lost and feel overwhelming. It's
Mhm.
at dead ends, and you turn around and you come back,
Right.
and there's
Can't get
everybody.
lost.
Mhm.
And on nice days, they can definitely go into our courtyard, which they do gardening and just do,
And that's
some
secure as
barbecues.
well,
And
too.
it's very secure.
Mhm.
So they do have opportunity to go outside.
Now, in the other part of the building, when you come in the front from the riverside,
Oh,
the little kind of the cafeteria, there's a cafeteria that looks almost like a little cafe when you first walk in off that main
Yes.
room, right?
Our bistro,
yes.
Bistro, yeah.
where there's
yeah.
coffee and
Mhm,
water and
mhm.
snacks, fresh made bakery every
Yes.
day. So that's always
Yes.
really good.
Right.
It's popular.
It
Yeah,
is.
Definitely.
We actually had strawberry. Oh my word!
Was it a shortcake or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
The thicker. Yep.
Wow.
Okay, we'll
All right.
bring.
Moving right
That's
along.
memory care right
Memory
there, kids.
care.
Yeah.
Already.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to Bright Oaks of Aurora.
Yeah.
There's- yeah,
Scone. Scone. That's the word I was thinking of.
Shortbread with
Strawberry shortcake.
Yes, thank you. Strawberry shortcake.
Shortcake.
There you
I-
go.
I'm making it all
Charades.
already.
Charades.
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 I'm like all French pastry. I'm like scone or English pastry, and she goes, "No, shortcake. It was a shortcake."
So when you think about the amenities and all, what strikes, I mean, you probably each have your own perspective. What makes it kind of a home style setting? Is it the staff, the ambiance, everything together?
I think it's a combination of all, is the residents, the staff, the families. And when we do like to try to make it like a family style. You know, I'm always as well as Jolene, but I always make myself available to the residents' families like 24/7 to know that I'm there. I have an open door policy, even when I'm at work, that the residents can come, but they feel secure because we're listening, and we try to meet their needs. What do you think?
For me, I think that the biggest charm for a lot of folks is that it's a smaller community. So between memory care and assisted living together, we only have 60 apartments total. So it's a smaller community. I know for me, I don't want to move into a community with 150 people. I know some people like that, but a lot of the people that I talk to, they like that it's a smaller,
intimate setting.
Right.
Very intimate. All the staff know the residents. We know all the families. We know the residents very well.
Yes, and when you walk in, we get this all the time when we have tours. They say it's very positive, very upbeat. It's a nice homey feeling, and that makes
Very
us feel
warm.
good. Very warm.
And all the live plants in the lobby
yes.
are just
Yes.
absolutely incredible.
Yes.
It is very, very nice. So what would a typical kind of apartment look like there? Or I think you've got different styles too, right?
We do. We have several different sizes, which are, we have a couple different size studios. We have 1 bedrooms that feature a very large walk-in closet. And then we also have a 2-bedroom apartment. They all have a kitchenette with a refrigerator, freezer, microwave. And they all have their own private bathroom with a walk-in shower. All the utilities are included, and just except for a phone, and it includes a very nice cable package as well.
I also saw some of the rooms are pet friendly.
We are pet friendly.
Yes, we are.
So I think that's a big thing.
Yes, we do.
Thanks for bringing that.
Uh-huh.
That's very
Yes,
important.
pet friendly.
We do have pets.
When people have to leave their home, that's the one thing they don't want to leave behind. Or,
Right.
if they're making a
Right.
decision to move to maybe an assisted living or memory care, it's nice to know they don't have to leave that. That's part of the therapy
You're
right there,
right.
is it not?
Right.
It
Yeah,
is.
that
Right.
Secure,
Right.
that their pets are going to be happy to see them regardless of
Right.
whether it's a good day or a
Yeah.
bad day.
Mhm,
They're always
right.
And I've spoken to a couple of families, and they usually have cats, and our rooms are so spacious that they feel comfortable because they won't be all boxed in.
Right.
So they're like, we can put them in the bathroom in the hallway. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's what kind of seals the deals when it comes to our pet owners.
Yeah.
And we're really good too. So if a resident has a cat, and this has actually happened, and the resident has had to go to rehab for whatever reason, the family are concerned, well, what happens to the cat? And we say, we'll take care of them. We go up and we feed them a couple times a day, and we clean the litter box, or we walk the dog. So yeah, we're very pet friendly.
So it's there when they get back from their rehab.
Yep.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a familial kind of environment. Like this is all like one big happy family. That's something
Right.
you would rely on for, a neighbor.
Right.
And I don't
Right.
know. That's
Yeah.
very warm.
And
It is
that one resident who was very concerned about her cat, actually, the resident's birthday occurred while she was in rehab, and we put a happy birthday crown on the cat.
No.
Yeah, that was the trick. Took a
Yeah.
picture, blew up the picture, and we all signed happy birthday and brought it to the resident
Right.
when she was in rehab.
See, that's good people, guys. That's
Yeah.
She wanted to go
That's
back
good.
and see all of
Yes.
y'all then, didn't she?
Yeah.
You might
Yeah.
have facilities that have all the wonderful amenities and the beauty and the warmth in the lobby and the great food and stuff like that. But if you don't have the staff to back that up,
Yeah,
mhm,
you
Sure.
hear
that's
that
a
too about
human
some
touch.
of those places. It's it's a beautiful facility, but
Right.
Well, anybody can hang a pretty picture.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
True.
Nicely done.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bumper sticker right there, girl.
There you go. So when we were talking, about sometimes a story kind of gives you the insight, and you were mentioning someone that had that you just kind of had call back, and kind of how that.
So I had talked to a woman a couple times. I had toured her, and it just wasn't going to be the right fit for her brother. And I was thinking about her, and I called her back one day and just to see how things were going. And she says, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe that you called me. I am actually in the ER right now with my brother, and nothing is working out for him." And I said, "Well, how can I help?" And between Nicole and the nurse, who ran right over to the emergency room, met with him, met with the social worker and the doctors, found out more information. And then I worked with the social worker and the sister, and he moved right in. He wasn't going to be able to go to rehab anymore.
Oh,
Right.
And
So
we
that
just made it work for
Right.
an immediate move in. And
Right.
it was just a perfect situation. He's so happy. He just recently had a huge birthday party. 100 of his buddies came in.
wow.
Literally, I think they were bikers.
They
So-
are
bikers.
bikers.
I'm like, oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it was a
cool.
Christian biker gang.
Yeah.
And they had about 100 guys come
Yes.
in for the birthday party. It was
Right.
great.
It was fun.
So,
Yes.
so what really struck them was you guys taking the initiative and interest
Right.
to solve their problem.
Right. I would
Always.
say when I when I first went to the ER, the sister was just so frazzled, and she's like, "I don't know what to do, Nicole. I don't know what to do." And I'm like, "We're gonna work together. We're gonna make sure this happens."
Mhm.
Okay, I wouldn't be here if I didn't care, because
Right.
she felt neglected. You know what I mean? And she just had an emotions, and that's all she was worried about. What am I gonna do? And by the time we were able to, with the help with Jolene, we were able to get him home, and she was just like, "I don't know what I would do without you guys." It was the most beautiful feeling, and that's when I like to go home and know that we made a difference as a team.
Right.
Uh-huh.
We did.
We did.
It was great teamwork, and we just
Excellent.
made a huge difference in not only the resident's life, but his family's life and his friends who were all so concerned about him. It was just amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Even at the hospital, the discharge planner was impressed. She goes, "This never usually happens
Mhm.
at assistance."
Yeah.
She goes, "I cannot believe how you guys just executed and made it happen." I'm
And this
like,
was
"That's what
something
we
that
do."
you had done like without a commitment and everything. You just
It just
initiated this because of good people.
Right,
You know,
right.
you just initiated it on your own.
a desire to help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yes. Thanks.
That's that intangible that makes all the difference. For
Yes.
sure.
It was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
I felt good.
So, people are always asking about cost, and sometimes, especially on assisted living, you'll hear folks talking about they feel like it's like a death by 1,000 cuts. They think they're going in with one thing, and it's this add-on and that on. So how does what all is included? I guess that's the question. The question. Yeah.
Included in the monthly rate for both assisted living and memory care is 3 meals a day, housekeeping, and laundry. All utilities, again, except for phone. Really has a great cable package. It's just amazing. Tons of
Twice now she
sports.
said the cable package.
Yeah.
Must be digging the
Let's just say
cable.
it's better
Yeah.
than mine at home.
Yeah, it is. That's where
that's
my
a-
yeah.
that's
And for all the sports nuts, there's tons
Yeah.
of ESPN
Right.
as well.
Mhm.
So that's all included in the monthly rate. For memory care, all the care is included as well. So if there's a shower need or medication assistance, dressing assistance, toileting, dressing, it's all included in the monthly rate. For assisted living, we do have a nominal charge for the levels of care. I know some communities, they do have they have several levels of care. We actually only have 3, and they're quite expansive as well. So there's a lot of care just even in just a level 1.
Right.
So it's really a nice package.
So you're able to kind of customize it to their situation.
Correct.
Mhm.
Correct. So if someone doesn't need a shower assistance, but they need some light dressing assistance, we just make the package work for them.
Right.
That's good. And good.
Yes.
You know, I seem to notice on here too, and I hope I didn't take it in a different direction,
No.
but there's like a boatload of entertainment and activities
yes.
that go on
Oh,
at this
yeah.
facility.
We do.
Tell us
do.
about some of those that are.
So we had in June, we had the Moose Heart come and the King County Krugers, the mascot, some of the players, just so we can just
Mhm.
just let everybody know that we're here, and then also with the children. That was the most beautiful thing. I think we had 57 kids that came.
There was about 60, 65 kids from Mooseheart City that came.
Oh, and you're very
see-
near there. Yeah.
Yes.
We are
yeah.
very
Very
close, and they got to meet the mascot from the King County Cougars. They got to get autographs from a couple of the players. They just had a great time.
Right.
Yeah, that was really
Really do.
wonderful.
Yes.
So when they're planning these events and stuff like that, that's open to all of the residents at Bright Oaks
Yes.
when that takes place.
Residents,
Obviously, kids,
families, the community, all of the entertainment is always open to anyone in the community to come on in.
What a great way to encourage families to come and
Right.
continue. You know, sometimes I think that's always one of the ones that kind of gets me is when somebody's been in an assisted living that all of a sudden they've become solo,
Right.
and to have that familial
Right.
support. And I like the idea of incorporating that in there because it also encourages the grandkids. And sometimes that can be
Right.
a scary place, and to make it that it's all involved,
Right.
I think is all wonderful.
And again, that emphasizes the family atmosphere.
Yeah.
Right.
So when we had big picnic in the spring
Yes.
and Easter egg hunt
Yes.
with the Easter Bunny
Yes.
and families came and people from the community came in for breakfast and for an egg hunt. It was a great time. And
Yes.
soon we have the Cubs mascot.
Yes, on the July 24th. And
Okay.
so they'll be definitely coming to have a barbecue with the first responders. So that's just, I'm excited about that
It's
one.
open for everybody.
Yes,
Good.
you guys can come.
So now, so you have like piano medleys on certain days of the week, or certain.
We have,
during July. You have piano medleys.
A variety of entertainment that comes in. We have Norm that recently came in and sang and danced with the residents. You'll find some pictures of residents dancing on Facebook. It was great. We have some dancers. Then we do have a couple people that come in to play the piano that's located in our bistro. Singers. We recently have had our own theme song created by what is the name of the entertainment group? I don't recall, but with the residents' help, they created a theme song for
Bright
Bright
Oaks theme
Yes.
song.
We
Yes.
do. We
Okay.
have our own
Yes.
theme
All
song.
right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of fun.
Right.
So it's one of those that kind of gets in your mind, and then it's catchy, and you
Right.
can't
Is it
forget it.
is it the senior singers?
I don't know.
No,
It's
but
not.
they have been to Bright Oaks many times.
Right.
They are
that one I
great.
just
A
read.
lot of
the two
fun.
that I heard.
Senior
Just the
singers.
performances are
They
fantastic.
are,
Right.
they
Yeah.
are good. They are good. So time gets away from us, but before we do not want to be remiss in getting your contact information out so that our listeners can get in contact with you. Let's get your. There we go.
So anyone that has any questions, feel free to contact either Nicole or myself. And I am Jolene. I'm Director of Marketing at Bright Oaks of Aurora. Give me a call at 630
There you go.
892-8800. Again, that's 630-892-8800. Or check us out on Facebook, Bright Oaks Assisted Living and Memory Care.
Now, and what your website is at brightoaksofaurora.com?
BrightOaksOfAurora.com.
And where, what's, if someone's trying to place you, what's your street address there?
Our address is 1340 River Street. We're right off of Lake Street and Sullivan,
Yeah.
again, right next to the Fox River.
For folks who are listening today and now, you've kind of got their curiosity a little bit, can they come in and do tours, or can they come out in and check out the facility if they want to find out more and just, really come by? Is there tours that happen every now and again, or do they always happen? How does that
Anytime.
work?
They can call me and schedule a tour, or they are welcome to come on in anytime, and we'd be happy to meet with them.
Oh, do you do respite stays at all? Yeah.
We do.
Mhm,
We
mhm.
do. We can provide a furnished apartment
Mhm.
for a short respite stay, which is anytime between, it could be 2 days up until 30 days
Cool.
for memory
Again-
care and assisted living.
So that's a
Right.
good way to just try it out.
Mhm.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Very, very good. Well, thank you both for being our guests today.
Well, yeah, thank
This
you
was
for having
great.
us.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
And again, I'll just remind everybody, we've got that information up on our Facebook page. You can always follow along with Silver Solutions on Facebook Live. And that phone number is 630-892-8800. And I did pop up your website on there so people can do a direct link to it.
And
Great,
that,
Thank you.
and that video will be right there, so folks can. They were
Easy peasy.
they were a little shocked to think about they were going to be on Facebook today. Yeah.
I-
Cool. That's cool.